Oh, I got chopped. Disappointing. So one of the people that I recently took on as a new fitness client is a mom, and she actually doesn't let her son use social media. So she follows me and then shows my videos to her son to give him the information that he needs, because he's starting out on his fitness journey and he looks apparently exactly the same as me when I started, which isn't amazing, which is where I was. And you guys know the story. I started out as really skinny, chubby. And it's interesting to hear about what sticks with people, right? Because the reason she decided to reach out to me was I specifically said one thing that really resonated with her. And it's interesting thinking about how I spew so many, I was gonna say nonsense. I talk a lot on social media, and I'm really struggling with my words today. Right now I'm contemplating if I should keep filming or should I just cut this early. You know what, it's okay. Everybody has bad days. Today's gonna be a great day, what am I saying? Y'all want to see some crazy shit that I have to do every single time before I want to eat? I'm going to look like a psychopath. I do this every time before I eat. Shit. Oh. Fuck, oh my God. I'm gonna explain all of this in 1 second. You guys, I know you guys think I'm crazy, but it's kind of interesting for me to show this on camera. I've never showed this before. But I figure this is probably a really good segue into why you guys are seeing me here and not at the gym anymore. Okay. Now that I'm done being a psychopath, we can talk about why I'm at home and not at the gym anymore. So, as you guys know, I struggle a lot with OCD, and I've never actually showed my OCD on camera. Or at least I try my best to hide it, just like I try my best to hide it in real life, so that my friends and other people that I talk to, they don't notice. And it sucks because it's extremely debilitating, and I live with it every day. So that what you just saw is one example of what I go through all day, every day. It doesn't make sense, and I know a lot of you are like, "What the fuck was even that?" Right? So OCD isn't just like cleanliness or things needing to be perfect. It's more of obsessions that turn into compulsions because of doubt. OCD is 100% surrounding just doubt. That's all OCD is. So like, let me explain this to you. It's still not going to make sense, but when you go and you turn off a light switch when you leave a room, that's like a closed loop, right? You press a switch, the lights turn off, you can leave the room, you can leave the house, and you can go somewhere else. However, someone with OCD, for some reason, that loop doesn't close when you turn the light switch off, and instead a ton of doubt comes into your mind. So for example, you turn off the light switch, you leave the room, you immediately, as you're leaving, think, oh shoot, what if I didn't actually turn the light switch off and that I'm gonna be losing power all day? You go back into the room, you turn the light switch back on, or on and then off to close the loop. You leave the room, then you think, wait, on the way out, did I scratch the, what's it called? The little like power outlet on the way out? And do you think that that might have somehow triggered the light to turn back on? So you go back into the room, you see that the light's not on, you turn it on, you turn it off, and then it tries to close the loop again. And one thing about my specific OCD is I have to do something a certain number of times. So my number is 8. I know it sounds crazy, bear with me. So everything that I do 8 times. So if I have any doubt surrounding that light switch, I have to go and do that repetitive pattern 8 times over again. And so it's like the routines only get longer. Jesus, I sound like a fucking crazy person. My eggs are getting cold. And you do it with everything throughout the day. So that little routine that you just saw, it's something that I have to do every single time before I want to eat food. I have to do it. I just have, I don't have to. It helps. It's like, or it doesn't help, it actually hurts me in the long run. So it's kind of like a scratch that you can't get rid of, right? So you scratch it and the scratching or the itching sensation only gets worse. So the more I do that routine before I eat, the more
I get like this little sense of relief, like, okay, I can now eat. I feel good. I touched everything properly. I did all the movements that I have to beforehand. I made sure I counted to 8 before I ate. And then I can eat. And for that split second, you get a little bit of relief, and you're like, oh, okay, finally, everything is perfect. Now I can eat. And then the next time you want to eat, you have to do it again, and then again, and then again. And if you don't do it one time, you think, holy shit, now the rest of my day is going to be horrible because I forgot to do that one thing. Or did I do it 7 times instead of 8? You go back and you do the routine again. And then you go back and you do the routine 7 more times to make it so that you did the routine 8 times. It sounds insane, but it's literally, that's just how like my eating works, right? And there's a million other things that happen throughout the day. So the reason we're at home right now and not in the gym anymore is because I was really struggling a lot with intrusive thoughts during that workout, and it was really, really affecting me. And I didn't want to be on camera because what I've done in the past is whenever I've been really, really struggling with my OCD, I decided to try to just kind of push through it and then, just put the video out. I force it, and then I end up not enjoying the time that I'm spending filming. And because of that, I stop filming and I crash and I burn, and then I don't want to film ever again because it really just starts to irritate my OCD. Anyways, one of the things that I've been thinking about recently is it's okay to feel bad and it's okay to struggle. Struggling is growth. You only grow from the times and periods in your life where you truly are struggling, and you have to be pushed outside of your comfort zone to ever grow. And a lot of the times I associate my OCD with something that's really comforting, which is frustrating because I'm trying to get away from that, because it does give me that little bit of relief when I do all of my OCD and everything's perfectly aligned and I feel better and I got rid of my thoughts and my doubt. I can finally start doing whatever I want to do. But then that comfort never stays. It's just like a split second of, just feeling a little bit better. What's up, bro? I'm filming some shit for YouTube. How you doing, man?
For YouTube.
You got school today?
Yeah, I'm going to class right now.
All right. Have a good day, brother.
Have a great healthy day.
Hell yeah. It's going to be a great day. So anyways, you guys probably couldn't have even seen it on camera. But I started to get really in my own head. I finished the workout, of course. I'm going to get done what I need to regardless of how I feel. That's the discipline in me. However, I'm not stupid enough to make my life a lot harder when I'm struggling. And I feel like talking on camera and doing what I do in that aspect does make my life a lot harder. So I was like, I'll just, see if I want to film when I come home. And now I am. So, yeah. Here's something that I want to leave you with on this topic. They're called feelings, not thinkings. If you're struggling and you woke up and you're in a terrible mood, or you just really, really don't feel like living life today, that's okay. It's okay. It genuinely is. They're called feelings because you feel them. That lump in your throat, that pounding in your chest, you feel your stomach sink. It's a feeling. You feel bad. You can't think your way out of it. You can't rationalize every situation. Sometimes you just have to sit in the mud, and that's okay. What's not okay is to stay there. So if you need to take your time, the best thing that you can do is just think about it. Think, okay, I'm having a really tough time right now. That's all right. It will pass. What's not okay is for you to therefore victimize yourself and say, well, I guess the rest of my week is going to be shit too. The rest of my day is going to be shit too. The rest of my year is going to be shit too. I'm having a hard time. I'm never going to pick myself back up and return to baseline. That's how I define resilience. Resilience is the duration between you having a difficult thing happen to you and returning to baseline. And you need to be resilient. So if you are in the worst spot of your life, physically, emotionally, with your relationships, financially, it doesn't matter. That's okay. I really want to reinforce that. That is okay. It is okay to be in the worst spot you have ever been in right now, but it's not okay to stay there. And it also doesn't mean that you have to get out of it right now. Sit in the mud for a little bit. That's okay. Like today, it's only 9:30 in the morning. I got the whole rest of the day ahead of me. And so right now, I'm going to feel a little bit bad. And during that workout, I felt a little bit bad. But that doesn't mean I have to stay feeling bad. And I think talking about your feelings helps a lot. And I think men struggle with this a lot. And it's really sad to see. I wish people would talk about their feelings more. I'm trying to get more comfortable with it, but even I struggle. I mean, you guys are looking at me right now. I probably am fucking looking insane on camera. Like, holy shit, this kid is actually mentally ill. And I am a little bit, which is okay. This is what I'm eating. So I eat 4 whole eggs, 184 grams of egg whites. This is an overnight oats bowl. This is the best thing if you're somebody who's super busy and you are just trying to hit your goals in a tasty way and have it be less than 5 minutes of total prep time. I make like 5 of these in a week. I prep them all, and then literally when I get right back from a workout, I just have them ready to go. If I feel extra hungry, then I whip up the eggs with them, and I have time to do so. The last thing that you'll see is I have a little bit of Fiber One. I got home and I was hungry, so I was already munching on that. Fiber One cereal is fantastic. It has a ton of insoluble fiber, which is gonna help with your bowel movements, and then also, you know, whenever you do have fiber, it's gonna help make you feel fuller throughout the day. The last thing that I have in this post-workout breakfast meal is I have my creatine. Listen, I don't even really like talking about my sponsors because there's a ton of great supplement brands out there. I happen to be sponsored by this one. I use it. If you guys like it, try it out. It has creatine and a couple other helpful recovery ingredients in it. I'm gonna try to give you a little bit of a close-up because this is the greatest thing ever. Look at this. Oh my God. It's just, the recipe for this is 60 grams of oats, 1 scoop of casein protein powder. I also use that from Legion. I just ran out, so I can't even show you. I highly recommend getting the salted caramel or the chocolate peanut butter flavor. So let me go through this again. 60 grams of oats, 50 grams casein protein powder, 15 grams of chia seeds or a health nut mix, whatever you prefer, whether that's flax seeds, chia seeds, doesn't matter. And then 200 milliliters of unsweetened almond milk, a little bit of salt, and 170 grams of Dannon Light Plus Fit non-fat Greek yogurt. It is so good. So anyways, usually I start with the eggs. These are cold. God damn it. I'm also a Neanderthal, so I do eat eggs with my hands. I'm sorry. Yeah, I realized I did all my talking and now I have my eating to do. Now it's like, are you guys really just gonna watch me eat? This shit is so good. So the great thing about that is so good. The great thing about eggs is that they contain every essential amino acid. It is a complete protein. I think if you are a fully grown male, it doesn't matter if you're trying to lose fat, build muscle, gain weight, lose weight, stay the exact same, you should be consuming 4 eggs per day as a fully grown man. Now you don't have to, of course, you can make great progress without it. It's not like you're fucked if you're a vegan, but I will say eggs are a superfood. Eat them. I recently, for some reason, like got put on a FODMAP diet. I don't know what happened to my GI tract, my digestive system, but I can't actually like eat specific foods for some reason anymore. I can't eat potatoes, I can't eat kiwis, I can't eat dairy, some other random foods. I'm just like, why the hell is that? Like, why do you turn 23 and suddenly your body fights against you? So weird. All right, let's try this shit. Let's see you guys can get a crazy thing. Look, this is Lactaid. It's like a little supplement so that you can still eat milk products. So you get a nice scoop of that. Here, let me look at this. Holy moly. No, focus on this. Here we go. You're gonna do this, and you get a ton of oats. Oh my God. Then you get some berries on there, put some frozen fruit. That is genuinely the greatest thing ever. I came up with this recipe and like it is the greatest. It is so damn good. Like I eat this every day. I've been eating this every day for the past 4 months. By the way, I'll put a link in the description. I have a free guide that I created. It took me months to make. It has all of my favorite recipes, and it teaches you all of the tricks behind macro manipulation, which is strategically changing the macros of certain foods, recipes, meals to basically still hit your goals while eating what you love. I use it in every fat loss or muscle gaining phase. I use it every day. I highly recommend. You can grab it for free using the link in the description. And again, I personally wrote every word of it. So if you're gonna read that thing and then send me a DM that's like, hey Dirk, you misspelled something on page 64, I don't wanna hear it, okay? I don't wanna hear it. Oh my God. Anyways, this one's gonna be a shorter one. I'm gonna try to film tomorrow too, maybe. What I've been doing recently to make me feel better is every single time I go to the gym, I bring my camera in my bag. I make it as easy as possible for me to film when I feel like it. And most days I don't film, but then the days where I start to feel like it, I film. And I think making things more convenient and more enjoyable makes it a lot easier for you to stay consistent. And that's kind of what I'm doing with these vlogs now, right? I'm not really editing anything. I'm literally just whipping the cameras up and going. And I hope y'all can appreciate that. So I'm gonna keep eating the rest of this, and I will see y'all in the next one. Oh, I did do some posing. So who knows, maybe I'll throw that in after this a little bit. Oh my God. I'd smile, but there's all this shit in my teeth. That was for a thumbnail, people. Come on. I think I talked about this in another vlog, but I don't think a lot of people watched it. My ultimate goal in life, like my purpose in life, is genuinely to have enough money to start a foundation so that I can forever help people in a way like Mr. Beast does, right? Except he started by helping people, and that's how he grew his entire channel. I don't know how to make videos on helping people with OCD, because also I still fucking struggle with OCD. Like, I am not in a great place. I have more so learned how to conceal it than I have learned to control it, which is still really frustrating, but it's also really debilitating, and I understand that it's gonna take time to get better at it. Yeah, hopefully you guys don't think I'm fucking insane. I would think I'm insane. Yeah, so the next time you hear somebody that's like, oh, I'm just so OCD about this, it's like, honey, you don't even know the half of it. You don't even know the half of it. If you want some awesome movie recommendations for OCD to learn about it, watch Aviator and watch The Accountant. Both feature people who have severely debilitating OCD. It will help you fully get up to speed on what the hell I'm talking about, because I probably didn't do a great job of explaining it. Oh, yeah, one other thing. Intrusive thoughts, right? I didn't even get to explain that, I don't think. So intrusive thoughts are basically like, it's like doubt consistently coming back into your mind, and that doubt creates obsessions around that doubt. So it might be images, it might be phrases, it might be just random thoughts, it might be numbers, obsessions over those things, and those obsessions turn into compulsions. So obsessive compulsive disorder, that's OCD, right? So if I obsess over, for example, here's one thing I obsess over. There's a bunch of things I obsess over, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to choose. Okay, I obsess over the number 8. It sucks. It used to be when I was younger 23, which I can't even tell you how much that sucked. I mean, there would be periods in my life where I would have to do things literally 23 times, and if I fucked up, I'd have to start all the way over, and there would be times where I'd be like missing football practices or football lifts or missing hanging out with my friends or appointments just because I couldn't leave my house because I had to keep doing things 23 times. So like what you guys saw right there, my number is 8 right now. And so I do 8 leg lifts in my chair before I'm able to eat. And then I touch everything with 4 fingers to make sure that it's, 8 in total. I actually curl my toes when I walk a lot of the time. So 5 toes down on the left foot and then or 3 toes on the right. And I've actually gotten decent enough to be able to do that, which is pretty crazy. And I have specific numbers that I absolutely hate. I can't stand the number 5. Jeez, I sound fucking insane. I can't stand the number 5, bro. It's a number, I know. But it's not just numbers, right? So that's just one example, but it's also images. So for example, I had a stepdad for 10 years. I absolutely hated him. I don't hate him anymore because I genuinely am very, very thankful that I got to experience what it was like living with somebody that I strongly disliked. And I think I grew a lot from that experience. And I don't want to turn this rant into a completely separate rant about how I absolutely had I had a great childhood. I had 2 loving parents. I just also had a stepdad who was, I don't know if abusive is the right word. Let's not go into it. I hated him with a passion, and because I had OCD, every time I would close my eyes, I would see him. That's the obsession. So because I hate this person so much, I obsessed over him. And so then that obsession turned into compulsions with the number. So I had to think of him 8 times while doing other actions to get rid of the image in my head. And then finally, when I would close my eyes, if it was there again, I had to start over. And so that's just like a rough idea of what it would take. And the actions, the compulsions, it could sometimes take forever. So for example, maybe I would have to do a ton of different things in order. Like if I wanted to leave to go to football practice, right? So I would have to check under my bed. I would have to tap this one specific photo 8 times on my wall, flick over the light switch 8 times, then check under the bed again, go into my closet, in and out 8 more times. And then I would be able to do 8 push-ups. Then I would get up, I would close my eyes and I would think of it. And then I would think of him. And then I would do the entire thing 7 more times to get to 8. And then at the very end of the 8th time, then I would close my eyes, and if the image of him popped back into my mind, I had to restart. And so sometimes I would be in my room for hours, repeating over and over and over and over, and it was the worst. And so you can see how that would almost make my hatred grow for this person, right? Or my hatred would grow for whatever it is that I'm thinking about. This is so damn good. Oh my God. This might be the slowest I've ever eaten. Anyways. Oh man, my eggs are cold. Anyways, I think that's enough talking about this for now. I love y'all. At least the obsessions also made me jacked because one of my obsessions is over my physique, right? So something good did come out of it. Remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. And honestly, I need to apply this to my mental health because I need to work on my OCD, and I've been struggling with my whole life. And I am now thinking about how if I keep just doing my compulsions, I will keep just struggling. So I'm going to try to take my own advice and get some help. I love y'all. Hopefully you guys don't think I'm fucking insane. If so, it's okay, because I already do. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you want to be the best version of yourself, I can't even say it. I'm being hypocritical. All right. Get after it today. Go get jacked. Make the best of it. Remember, your feelings are called your feelings for a reason. They are literally just that. They are feelings. It's okay to feel them. You don't have to think through them. They will subside. All right, y'all.